The government says Malaysia is actually a net importer of crude oil and petroleum products and is therefore a beneficiary of falling oil prices. This conclusion, however, is on the basis that liquefied natural gas is not taken into account. According to the Finance Ministry, if LNG is excluded, Malaysia has been a net importer of crude oil and petroleum products since 2004. The ministry's data shows that in the first 11 months of last year, the country exported 7.7 billion ringgit worth of crude oil and imported 8.9 billion ringgit worth of petroleum products, resulting in a deficit of 1.2 billion ringgit. The Ministry Secretary-General Tan Sri Muhammad Irwan said the oil price slump will therefore not lead to a decline in the country's overall export receipts. Speaking at a dialogue session on the revised 2015 budget, he said that rather than solely depending on the petroleum sector, Malaysia has diversified its economy with the construction and services sector playing a bigger role.
And if you look at the whole economy, if you look at the figures of Q3 2014, we have a diverse economy. The growth also, if you look at the growth, construction sector and the other services sectors are quite high. And the growth is driven by manufacturing and services sector. And if you look in terms of share, mining is only about 7%. So it's a diversified economy. We are not totally dependent on oil or mining sector.
Muhammad Irwan also said the fiscal deficit to GDP ratio revised from 3% to 3.2% is a realistic approach and is still an improvement from the 3.5% achieved last year. He insisted that the revision will not affect Malaysia's sovereign ratings as the country is still on the consolidation path.
We have revised somewhat to 3.2% to be more realistic. It's achievable. And if you look at last year, we closed at minus 3.5%. So we are on the consolidation track still.
Meanwhile, he added the upcoming goods and services tax is also on track and the government will not delay its implementation, despite calls from certain quarters for a deferment. He said the number of companies registered in the GST system has reached 304,000, surpassing the government's target of 120,000. Therefore, the revenue from GST may be more than 1 billion ringgit, and this could help the government cushion the impact of the 5.5 billion ringgit reduction in the revised operating expenditure. Jacqueline Peng, DHTV.